my version of I'm cooked or like let him cook would be like, ooh, go to work. Like I'd always say like,
go to work?
Oh yeah. So I was like, can I go with him back to the room? And she's like, what's the relation? I was like, I'm his dad. And I'm like 3 years older than him, and I'm white.
We need a photo right here of like a side-by-side of you guys.
Welcome to Daddy God Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2. We got a new look today. We have 4 people on the podcast today, not just 3, starting with the very famous John Allen over there, the GOAT, Adelyn, Addie, Beltran right here. And then we've got a special guest with us today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody who's watching. My name is Audrina, and I go to HSM.
She goes to HSM. I was kind of hoping you were going to say your last name because I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
My last name is Audrina Quiroz.
That was way off. Yeah.
Well, ¿cómo estás?
I was going to go with Quarez.
I think everybody pronounces it a little bit differently.
I'm really bad at pronouncing names.
Could you do that again?
Quiroz.
No. How do you?
The way you did it the first time.
But that's not how you.
Quiroz.
Quiroz?
Quiroz.
Where's your family from?
I'm like half Hispanic, half white. But like I don't even know what kind of Hispanic.
Oh, like not Mexico or Guatemala or something like that?
I couldn't be able to tell you.
Mystery.
Not really sure.
That's all right. That's right. Now we know. But Audrina, you have a nickname. A lot of people call you Audie,
Yep.
which is an awesome nickname, by the way.
Yep.
A lot of people have nicknames that aren't great. That's an awesome nickname. Cool. Audie's on the podcast today. Before we get into anything, though, our boy Urian had a birthday yesterday. Mm-hmm. So happy birthday, Urian. How was your birthday?
It was stellar.
Yeah?
Very good.
What was the... What did you do? How did you celebrate?
What was the highlight?
Yeah, highlight of your birthday.
I was actually at work yesterday,
Okay.
so got to film a couple of videos, and then afterwards got to chill. So
Okay.
Keep it simple.
Shout out to Jordan Keith for making you work on your birthday. It's rude. It's rude. Well, Audie, are you familiar with the podcast at all? Have you watched any episodes?
Yeah, I've watched a couple.
Okay. Prove it. No, I'm just kidding. So, we just talk, we hang out, we have fun. So if you watched it before, you know about my favorite topic, which I got to ask about to start today. How's Tim Tam doing? I heard we have some updates about Tim Tam.
He's good. He's still sleeping. I think he's going to wake up in the next 2 weeks.
That's what I heard.
We checked on him.
How do we know that? Is that just...
It's like the timeline for tortoises. And we checked on him last week with a light, and he hissed.
Wow.
He was
What
like,
is
I'm
that?
still...
Tortoise is his?
Yeah, he was like, still sleeping.
Sounds like my wife on a Saturday.
Shout out to Jordan McKenzie.
Shout out to Jordan McKenzie.
You tortoise.
Hey, you're beautiful.
I'm going to bring him on one of the episodes.
Whoa.
We need that.
It's going to
big
happen.
news.
We're going to bring him on.
He's going to sit, he or she is going to sit right here.
We'll put him right here.
Because we still don't know.
He eats lettuce. He or she will
Yes.
sit right here.
Yes.
And we'll all eat lettuce
Together.
with Tim Tam.
Yes.
It'd be great.
Instead of sipping coffee that day, I'll have just lettuce. Just a head
I don't know
of lettuce.
about the lettuce, but
Salads.
Addie doesn't like the lettuce. Are you a picky eater?
I want to say no, but it depends. Because, like, recently I've been not as a picky eater, but I think it's just because, like, I'm growing up. Like, I'm
Growth.
developing more
Nice.
of, like, a taste for
Okay.
things.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. We don't have room for another picky eater on the podcast, so I need to make sure. That's good to know, though. Let us know when he's up. Can't wait to find out. That's crazy that he hissed at you. Don't take it personally. Addie, how you doing? Any updates?
doing great. Loving the weather besides the rain.
Yeah.
Just these sunny days. Went to the beach on Monday. We had the day off, and it was just so perfect.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful. And then you're on spring break right now.
Yep, I am.
How's that going?
Pretty good. I've been hanging out with friends and spending time with my family, and then we're about to go to the beach for a couple days, which the beach is my favorite place.
Nice.
So,
And y'all got a big family? Mm-hmm. Like 7 kids, right?
well, there's 5 of us in our family, but we go with another family that has 7.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so.
Tell us about yourself. You got any fun facts? What do you like to do? Who are you? Why are you on the podcast? Just talk.
Some fun facts. I actually work at Chick-fil-A, which is God's chicken,
So
as
good.
we all know.
My pleasure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I work, which I felt was a really good place because of obviously their morals. I also run cross country and track, so that also takes up a lot of my time.
You
but
just had a new PR the other day.
I did.
Yeah.
How do you know?
I got my sources.
Have you ever seen Sean York in flesh?
I actually just saw him yesterday.
shout out Sean York.
Shout out Sean York.
I did. I saw him in
Goat?
the office.
The GOAT, wonderful man. So work at Chick-fil-A, run track, just set a new PR. That's huge.
How do you know that?
I got my sources. Don't worry.
Weird.
Don't worry. Now, do you want to, was your dream to become a cross-country runner?
Oh, absolutely not. I was never an athletic person.
No.
That was always my brother and my sister.
But you do believe that you're going to be a professional figure skater one day.
Oh, how do you know these things?
That's what I heard. That's
The word on the street,
That's
right?
the word on the street.
Oh my gosh, I don't understand how you know this.
That's the word on the street. That's what I've heard.
I don't believe I'm gonna become a professional figure skater, but I
We're
think
born to be one.
I think I was born to be one in a different universe or
Gotcha.
something. I just get on the ice and it's like natural. So I don't.
Wow.
It's probably not going to be something I pursue, but I definitely feel like it's something that could have been.
Like mentally, you step on the ice and you're like, this is where I belong.
Yeah, it's literally so easy. I've only been ice skating probably like 5 or 6 times, but ever since the first time, it's literally so easy to ice skate.
Wow. I cannot say the same. Are y'all good at ice skating? You're good at skating.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're good at one, you're kind of good at the other one. So it works.
I feel like it's very different. Why you love skating though? You
Yeah.
you do you have your own skates.
Yeah, I like doing it outside. So like I have my pair so I can like go out on the street and
Yeah.
like do it, which
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah. How about you, John? Are you a skater?
No, my mom has a horrible back. God bless her. She's an icon.
Shout out Lisa.
Shout
We've
out
already
Lisa.
shouted out, but let's shout her out again because
Yeah, she goes to the chiropractor every week. She's jacked up, mainly due to pregnancy with me. So something happened.
John.
So sorry.
dude,
But we were at the Irvine Spectrum when I
were
was
you
a
just
kid.
like a 20-pound baby or something?
I was like 40
can see
pounds. Yeah, came out like
You came out like
2'1".
half of what your current body weight is right now.
Yep. And I haven't gained much since. So, but yeah, I was at the Irvine Spectrum as a kid with my mom ice skating, and I was like really struggling, and my legs started to go out, so I grabbed her scarf.
Oh,
as I was
no.
falling, and I accidentally threw her on the ice.
RKO'd your mom.
RKO'd my mom, which probably didn't help her back again.
That's so.
So I don't ice skate.
Traumatic.
Was she okay or did she get hurt?
She got hurt. But this was like years ago, so
Yeah.
she's fine now.
Still traumatic though.
It happens.
One time, my little sister and I accidentally broke my grandma's wrist at Disney World.
How does that happen?
Wow.
We were running. Shout out Patricia Anderson, my mom's mom, a wonderful woman, loves the Lord, knows more about the Bible than I could ever dream to know about. But we were at Disney World, and we were running to the Lion King show at the Animal Kingdom. Best show at Disney World. It's awesome. We're like running because we're like, we want to get there in time to get good seats or something. I don't remember. I was really young, and I remember my grandma was running holding my hand and my little sister's hand. And as we're running, I could think we were like outrunning her, and she just tripped and fell and broke her wrist. Like day 2 at Disney World. It was really bad, really traumatic.
Did they like take care of her there? Like, did they have like a medic station or something?
Yeah, I was so young that I don't remember the whole process. Like I've thought about that because I'm like, I wish I could go back and remember like, did they take us in a side room or what? But I remember it being a scene for the whole park. It was wild. Yeah, so that was bad.
Those things are just funny because my brother got sick at the zoo, like when we went last month, and the place that he goes to is literally called Baby Care Center. So we were just making fun of him the whole time.
Which
like,
brother is
"You're-
this?"
Judah.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
you're going straight to the,
The older
Baby
brother.
Care
That's what I was
Center,
like, yeah.
and like they put you on like a little cot in there, no matter how you're feeling. Like get on the cot, we'll
That's
bring you out
awesome.
some stuff. So I feel like Disney World would definitely be like that.
That's awesome. It's like when Damien, Addie's husband, broke his arm playing basketball with me, and I went to the hospital with him. But it was during COVID, so they wouldn't let anyone except for direct
guess.
family
Yeah.
back in the room. So I was like, "Can I go with him back to the room?" And she's like, "What's the relation?" I was like, "I'm his dad. And I'm like 3 years older than him, and I'm white."
We need a photo right here of like a side by side of you guys.
Oh man, yeah.
Did
That's
they believe you?
No. She was like, "No, sit down." But whatever. I felt bad because I convinced him to play basketball, and you didn't want him to, and then he did. And literally, our first game, he broke his arm. But what a guy! But okay, so ice skating, not dreams, but like.
It could be. It was definitely
Right.
a thing that I could have pursued.
But you went with track instead, right?
I guess. Yeah.
Because your mom wouldn't let you ride horses until you did that, right? Right.
Reaction's priceless.
That's what I heard.
Who did you speak to?
I didn't. I just know. I have my sources.
This is so like I feel like you're outing me right now. Yeah. When I was like in 6th grade, like a freshly little child, I wanted to be like an equestrian rider.
So you were a horse
horser.
girl, you're telling us.
I was a wannabe horse girl. Unfortunately, fortunately, my mom was like, no, you need to do a sport
Yeah.
like your sister. And Haley did cross country, so I was just like, I'll do that.
I got you.
And that's how it became. I just never went back to horses though. That was just
It's not too late. You could one day.
no. I'd rather not.
I want to retire with a horse. I feel like that'd be fun. I'll go with a tortoise though if I need to. Tim Tam's selling me on a tortoise.
Horse, tortoise, buffalo.
Same thing.
But you're a Bama boy. You could have a lot of animals
Tide.
Get a
on your ranch.
Oh yeah. Learning more about you. You're into fashion, right? In fact, you've got glasses on right now. I just saw this. Your name on your glasses right
Yes.
now. That's awesome.
My name's
Iconic.
engraved on the side of my glasses. I don't know if you guys can see.
I
but
just saw it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very cool.
no one ever needs to ask for my name.
I love
It's
it.
right here.
I love it. And you're into fashion. Went to fashion camp on a scholarship.
Oh my God.
What goes on at fashion camp?
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Do y'all like sleep in like Gucci tents or like what does it look like?
It wasn't a sleepaway camp.
Okay.
It was a day camp. So every morning at like 5:00, my mom would get up and we'd drive to LA.
That's so sweet of
In
her.
the traffic.
That's
yes.
awesome.
She's shout out my mom. I love her so much.
Shout out.
She's the best.
What's her name?
Marissa
Marissa Cruz.
Quiros.
I'll work on it. First ever guest shout out on the podcast.
She deserves it.
Yep. On a more serious note, Audie's awesome, very committed, helps us with FCA at Centennial. Go Huskies,
Shout
Fellowship
out
of Christian
FCA
Athletes.
again.
Yeah. Shout out FCA. Comes to HSM, serves a lot. You got baptized last year, like a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. I remember that moment. And then you serve like everywhere. I was even looking at our database just to like see your involvement. And it's like every week, twice a week you're serving. You serve in the nursery, you serve at special needs ministry. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
I grew up serving in the church, so like even like when I think I hit like 10, me and my dad started serving like in the preschool ministry.
So cool.
But then like COVID happened, so like obviously the entire like church got shut down. But then when we came back, fun fact, I love babies so much. Literally, like not good, but I want a child. I literally love children. I love babies. I just want a mini me. But obviously, I told my mom that, and she was like, "You're insane. Go serve in the nursery." So then
That's awesome.
That's how
Get your baby fever
Yeah, that's
fix
how my
then.
baby
Yeah.
fever. I get it every
How's it
week.
going in
It's
the
good.
nursery?
I have like. I'm not supposed to, but I have my favorite babies,
Yes.
and like I love when they come in. I know them, their parents, and it's the sweetest thing ever.
My
Just-
wife served for a little while with you in there, and she talks about it all the time because she has the same thing. She loves babies, so that's very cool. Well, when we have our kid, you can babysit for us.
I would
if you
love
want
to. I would
Good
love
deal.
to.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the life at Centennial High School. Addie and I go every Wednesday, so we see a glimpse of it. We go for a few hours, but we just see a very small portion of it. You're in the front lines.
Yeah.
You're there. What's going on? How is it to be? What grade are you in?
10th.
Sophomore.
I'm a sophomore, yeah.
To be a sophomore at Centennial High School, what? Tell us about it. What are the trends? What are the people like?
I feel like Centennial, like as a whole, it's like a very competitive school. Not only like athletically, but also we have like the IB program and stuff. So it's like a very also like academically driven school. So it's like I feel like everything's like not in a bad way, but everything's kind of a competition. Like you're trying to do the best in your sport, trying to be the best in your class. It's like so smart people. So it's good though because I feel like it definitely pushes me. So that's like
And sports are a huge thing
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
huge. Obviously the football and the basketball team.
Yeah.
Shout out to them as well. They carry our school. I feel like some people think they're overrated, but they literally like bring in probably most of the income for our school.
Yeah. When it comes to public schools, Centennial's at the top.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are you the best at Centennial?
Wow.
ASB, right?
Yes, I am.
What are you the best at? Better than anyone at Centennial. You're allowed to be confident right now. What are you the best? Number one.
I wish I could say running, but I am definitely a JV warrior. So
Okay,
not
nothing wrong
not
with
there
that.
yet. Not there
Nothing wrong
yet.
with that.
We have like this thing. I don't know if you guys had them in high school, but they're called timed rights in our language arts class. No, it's literally you get like 40 minutes and you have to write a full essay on whatever prompt is given to you that day, like fully formed. It's like based around like literary devices, but I think I'm the best at analyzing like stuff in books because like
Wow.
I carry my team on that. That's my part of the.
I heard you're very good at reading.
I am.
Yeah.
I like to read and write. Yes.
I heard you read like all the Harry Potter books, like when you were really young.
I did.
Like third grade.
By third grade,
Yeah.
I had finished all of them multiple times.
What is your favorite Harry Potter book?
If you're watching this and you're offended by Harry Potter, you might want to turn this off because we're going to talk about Harry Potter for a second. Sorry, Mom. I've seen all the movies, and we're about to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite Harry Potter book? Go.
Favorite Harry Potter book? Off the top of my head, probably The Goblet of Fire, the fourth one. I think that one was the most exciting. But movie, I would have to say the second one because I think like
Really?
yes,
That's very controversial.
The Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. Isn't that like considered the most boring movie
By
Depends
who?
who you ask.
by people?
It's so good though.
It is
the
good.
plot. The
It
plot's
is
great.
Good. It is good.
Yeah, I really
Interesting.
like that one.
Okay.
I don't really know why. It was like
That's
the
good.
one I probably rewatched the
But
most.
Goblet of Fire is your favorite book. Is that what you said?
Goblet of Fire, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Do you guys know your Harry Potter houses?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the Gryffindor. I'm Gryffindor. Yeah.
Could have guessed that.
I'm Slytherin.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that with the all black.
Adelyn's a Hufflepuff,
I
definitely.
was
For sure.
homeschooled and wasn't allowed to watch it and never
Hufflepuff.
watched it.
Hufflepuff for
No,
sure.
she's a Hufflepuff.
Is this
What
a
are you? Are you
diss
Ravenclaw?
or?
I think as a child, I was one of the people that are like, I want to be different. So I said I was a Slytherin for a very long time, but I'm probably a Ravenclaw.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really don't know about those two, but
The main two.
in
yeah.
the movies at least, I've only seen the movies. I don't read. Slytherin's the bad guys. Gryffindor's the good guys, right?
Well, not necessarily, but
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Well, the Slytherin's like perceived as the bad guys, but
Right, because
Doesn't-
Snape is a good guy.
yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler if you haven't seen the movies. They've been out for a while. So, wow, we got all 4 Harry Potter houses here.
Wow.
Wow.
Represent it.
My mom is not having a good time with this podcast if she's watching.
Tracy, we love you. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
I have a question. Let's say your mom, Marissa, who we love,
The goat.
works so hard, sleeps in, forgot to pack you a lunch.
Oof.
All good, but gives you some money and says, hey, you know what? Treat yourself at Centennial today.
Oof.
What are you getting? What's on your plate from the cafeteria?
It's not FCA Wednesday, so you can't
Okay.
have pasta from
Okay.
Villa Amalfi.
So this is actually easy because lunch is free at our school. So
Oh,
I wouldn't even need the
But
money.
I feel like we've heard stuff about the lunch that it's like fake. That it's like fake Papa John's
Don't
and like
tell me that.
fake Miguel's Jr.
I've heard this from you.
That's because that's what the kids were telling me at Centennial. Where they were like, no, don't get excited. It's fake.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
I don't understand what they mean.
They have like the Miguel's burritos. I don't eat them. My friend does, but they have like the Miguel's wrapper on it. But I guess people think that they're not actually Miguel's.
It's just like the
burrito.
lunch ladies like wrapping their own burritos in there.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
So is it true or
I
you're
don't
not
know.
sure?
I eat the pizza literally probably every single day.
And
of
does
my
it
life.
taste like Papa John's? Because they were telling me that
I don't
it
know
says
Papa John's.
Papa John's, but it's not.
I don't think I've eaten Papa John's, so I wouldn't tell you. But if it's fresh out of the oven, here's a tip. If you go to Centennial, ask for the cheese pizza. They always have the pepperoni out, so it gets cold. The cheese, they have to go in the oven and go get it, so it takes a little longer, but it's really fresh and it tastes way better that
So you
way.
sacrifice a little flavor with the pepperoni, but you get the fresh.
Yeah,
hot
it's like
pizza.
hot, cheesy instead of. just
How
being
long
cold.
is that line? 'Cause y'all have a huge school.
Oh yeah.
It's massive.
And first lunch, I have first lunch. First lunch is definitely bigger than second because I've been to both. But my class, I have ASB third period, and then I go to lunch. So it's right next to it. So I have to wait like maybe 5 minutes most of the time. But it depends because there's like a technique. Like if you really want food and you don't want to wait in line, then you just wait till the end of lunch and then get it because there's no line. But initially, you can wait for like 10 to 20 minutes in line for food.
You have a lot of people. It's
We
like
do.
4,000 people, something
Yeah,
like that, right?
it's a big school for a really small campus.
My whole school was like 450 people. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Which is even like actually kind of big for like a Christian school, but that's crazy.
How many kids go to Crossroads?
It's not
I
like
think right now they're
It's actually-
actually the biggest they've been in a while. I
It's
think
like
it's like
120,
130 or yeah,
130,
something
yeah.
around that. When I was there, it was like
yeah.
100.
Last year we were at 99 students, and it was like we were trying to get the 100th student.
Shout out to the baseball team.
Shout out to baseball. Got their first win yesterday. Big time.
cool.
That's the thing. So they've been trying to have a baseball team for a little while. Didn't have enough players. This year they finally got a team. They are 1-1 on the season.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
That's good.
Shout out the head coach.
Shout out the head coach, Tim Roberts.
Tim
What a
Roberts.
guy. All right, what do you want to know about us? This is your chance to ask us questions. Get to know us. Put Addie in the hot seat if you want to.
I kind of talked with them before, but I was asking if they're millennials or not. But
I think I am a millennial by
yeah,
6 days.
so
December
barely.
25th, 95 is when I was born. I think millennials went through December 31st, 95.
That's crazy. In my brain, like millennials are just adults, and Gen Z's like all teenagers. But I guess it's true that they're like in their 20s now too. But I wanted to know, like, because you said like you didn't like Gen Z. You said you want to be part of millennials.
I just want to be different, like you said. Like why you wanted to be Slytherin, I wanted to be millennial. I don't know.
Different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Millennials don't have the best rep. That's why I think we were laughing.
Yeah. They're kind of like.
When did like vegans start, John?
Like millennials, if someone were to put like, if you type in millennial on Google Images, it will probably come up with skinny jeans, side part. Like the whole joke is that they're stuck in like 2012 and they can't get out. Like that's the whole joke about them. They like can't move on. Like they love those shirts, like the Catch Up with Jesus. They would love
Here's
that.
my thing: is like I don't care what you think about my generation. I'm not that. So like, who cares?
But my question would be like, I feel like she said, like we have a certain perception, we as in Gen Z, have a certain perception of like millennials. So like, what would your guys' like stereotype be? Of
millennials or of what we think about you guys?
What millennials think about Gen Z?
Weak.
Vegan.
Tide Pods.
I think you're Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
And I'm Gen Z.
Yeah.
So are you Gen Z too? See, that doesn't make sense to
Yes.
me.
It cuts off at 2010. So you were 08?
I feel like
Yeah.
that's such a big,
It is.
like, because we're looking at 26, almost 27, 23, and like 15.
Yeah.
Like that's a big gap.
So what do you think about us?
See, here's the difference is like, I'm over high school students, and I think that has a different perception than like y'all's age group. But overall, I don't know. I love people. I'd say, really, honestly, the biggest stereotype, not actually weak. I know some very strong people. In fact, I think Gen Zs are very good at like taking ownership in whatever they do. Like I love how much like you even talk about like the athletic program at Centennial. Like you go over to Centennial High School and the football team, like they are bought in. Like they're going. They don't need a coach to tell them to go to the gym. They want to go to the gym to get better, get stronger. Like stocks. Like they if someone's into stocks, they go all out and like love their skill. They like we talked about you doing your themed parties and like you go all out. Like whatever it is, I would say the negative stereotype is just like. You all live a virtual world. Like it's all social media. There's no exploring outside anymore, which I think is a false stereotype. But
Depends on.
I'd
It is
say
a big
that's-
gap. Like there are some kids.
That's more of y'all's age group than millennials, I think. Because I still come from the group that like went everywhere barefoot and like stubbed your toes and like rode your bikes everywhere and like that was my group. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a little bit of sense.
How far off am I? Am I good?
No, I think you're pretty accurate. I do agree that like a lot of like social media and like screens and stuff have been taken over, but I also feel like that perception is also put on millennials. Like I feel like there's like a perception that millennials are always on their phones and like on
Yeah.
Facebook do you have a Facebook?
Yeah, but we don't do it well. Like we're like boomers. Like I still don't know how to operate half of social media stuff. I have Addie do it for me. So,
Social media manager.
yeah. But okay, cool. What other trends are going on? You have any words that you want to teach us?
I remember when I was teaching Addie words like at last summer camp because it was for
Yeah.
your like the cool like pastor thing. So I feel like you guys already know most like the eating and like
Eating.
Like she ate.
Oh,
this
yeah.
outfit.
Okay.
a new one I would probably say is cooking.
Oh yeah.
What is that one?
Like let him cook.
Like let him cook
We've
let him
heard
eat.
these.
Yeah, like let him cook. Like
Yeah.
he's like, I know like I've heard it, but I don't know how to articulate it and
yeah.
explain it.
Like John's like working on a new song and we're like let him cook.
Let him cook.
Or like or I say like like they're cooking like
Yeah.
they're cooking.
Kind of like Sawyer, point 3 of his sermon, Tuesday nights. Everyone's like, he's cooking.
Yeah,
he's
that's
cooking.
what we would say.
Cooking.
But then also it could be a negative connotation. You could be like, oh, like I'm cooked. Like if I have a big test
Oh.
coming, I'm like, oh, I'm cooked.
Like not to me that sounds like you're saying I'm tired, but you're saying like I'm
Burnt out.
I'm like, no, like I'm done for. Like I'm cooked.
yeah,
like it's
dead.
gonna be
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So my version of I'm cooked or like let him cook would be like, ooh, go to work. Like I'd always say like,
Go to work?
oh yeah. Like if John was making a new song, I'd be like, ooh, John's going to work. Yeah.
So that's his version of it. So you would say let him cook.
Yeah.
Go to work.
Yeah. You know. Yeah.
Go to work.
Go to work.
I love
don't think
that.
I've ever heard that before.
All right, give us another one, and
Okay.
Addie's gonna give her version of her word for it.
Okay, let me see. You guys already know like ate. So that would probably be an easy one. Like you 8. Like John's outfit 8.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that saying. It kind of reminds me of no crumbs. Like,
yeah.
they left no crumbs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
It's all like
Same
food
vibe.
analogy. For
Yeah,
some
like-
reason.
The
All
cooking,
food.
yeah.
it's like when you run like a 3-minute mile. The whole audience is just like, she ate.
She ate.
No crumbs.
Definitely do not run a 3-minute mile, but I'm glad you think that of me.
2 minutes, 55 seconds for the 800 meter.
Where do you get your information from? Do you have your like finished results? I'm so confused. Athletic.net, pulling up
That's
the
just what I
stats.
heard.
Shout out Marissa.
Shout out Coach Burrell, the athletic director at Centennial High School. Maybe he gave me the information.
I don't think he knows my
No.
name, so I don't know if it would be him. What would your version of you 8 be?
I feel like I always hear it pertaining to outfits. Like it's like, oh, that outfit 8.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the only context I've really heard. Maybe you could say like, oh, Sawyer's message 8.
yeah.
would that
I
work?
could say that too.
I could see a boomer like literally eating dinner, being like, I ate. No, that's wrong.
That's one of my favorite things is seeing conversations where adults are like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And I feel like I've learned that about high school students is that they don't want you to use the word. They just want you to know what it is. Because if you were to use it in your message, everyone would like sink down in their seat and be like, oh, that's so cringy.
And it's probably even cringier if I use it correctly.
Yeah.
Right?
They would rather use it wrong or just like know it. So like
Yeah.
if they're using it in a sense, you're like, what did that mean? Like you just know it, but you can't use it.
Like if I
right?
use it incorrectly, it's like, oh, that was funny, Sawyer's an idiot. But if I use it correctly, they're like, we can never use that word again.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good to know. I miss Southern phrases. Southerners have some very good phrases.
Like-
Like I used to say all the time, that dog just don't hunt. If you had to guess, that used to be one of my favorite phrases.
Guess what that means?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Wait, say it again.
That dog just don't hunt.
The dog is old and he's not hunting anymore.
Yeah, but what is it? I mean,
I feel like it's like this thing is just not working.
Yeah, it's not gonna work
Yeah,
out.
That
Or like that's
Yeah.
like it's just messed up. Like,
Yeah.
So funny.
Okay.
like we were talking about Friday night. It's supposed to rain. We have an outdoor event planned, and Friday night's gonna rain. That dog just don't hunt. It's not gonna work out.
Is it kind of like, bummer
Yeah.
vibe?
Yeah.
That's so
It's like you buy a dog, you train it to hunt, and it doesn't hunt. It's like it doesn't work out.
Okay.
Or how about I'm smelling what you're stepping in?
Oh, like I get what you're putting
Yeah.
down.
I get what
That
you're
sounds nasty.
Yeah.
This is not
Yeah.
very good.
I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
But can that mean a good thing?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Normally
oh, I
it
see what you're
does.
trying to say.
Normally it
Is that what
does.
you mean?
Yeah. Like, oh yeah. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. I got you.
But no one ever says that dog does hunt. That's not a saying?
No, because then I don't know. That's just not as fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
So funny.
yeah. Or drop you like a sack of potatoes. That's always a go-to.
Is that like I'm getting rid of something?
Like I'll
or-
fight you.
Oh.
Oh,
Drop you like a
one,
sack of potatoes.
one that I know.
Or like I
that's
would
a
say,
saying-
like college classes. Like how'd that class go? Oh, I dropped it like a sack of potatoes. Like it's gone.
Meaning you failed.
No, I dropped it. Like I
Got rid of the
got out
class.
of the
You
class.
stopped.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think I was saying I know is like it's like so hot out, so you're like, oh, I'm sweating like a sinner in church.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
I know people who say a worse version of that. But yeah, I'm sweating like a sinner at church. Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know what this one means, but my roommate always used to say it's colder than a gooby gooby on a whistle stick. I don't know what it means, but he used to always say it.
That one's wild.
Colder than a gooby gooby on a whistle stick.
I'm gonna Google that after this.
Yeah, if that means something bad, I apologize, but he used to always say it. And, it's funny. And he's a pastor's kid, so
So the gooby gooby is already cold, meaning you're just freezing.
I guess so.
Wow.
What's a gooby gooby?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what a whistle stick is. I don't know. Oh, got a coffee spill over there. You good? One time we were looking at a Christmas tree. This is the first time, I think the first time that Jordan came back to Alabama for Christmas. We were looking at Christmas trees together as a family, and we looked at like one of the biggest ones just for fun. And like my dad heard the price of it, and he goes, "Good goopity goop." And to this day, Jordan thinks it's the most Southern thing she's ever heard. And I don't know where that
Still
one came
confused
from,
on what that means.
but good goopity goop.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just like, goodness gracious. Yeah.
That's so funny.
So maybe you can come up with some phrases
Some new ones.
and get them started, and we'll
Yeah.
help. We'll back you up. If you come up with a good one, I'll use it from stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they're so easy. They're so random, so it'd be easy to make one.
Yeah. Good deal.
I have a question. Who is one person you look up to, and why?
Oh, this is an easy question for me. It's obviously my sister. You guys all know her. Haley Quiroz. Shout out Haley.
Haley's awesome.
I definitely look up to her because she's like, she's very driven. She's like going to college for running, and then she like has like really good grades, very high GPA, and like I feel like everything she does very well. So I feel like that's someone I look up to because she's like very driven. So
She's
she knows
awesome.
what she wants.
That's great. Shout out Haley.
Shout out Haley.
Okay. We got to wrap it up pretty quick. You want to go through and let's do some shout outs? Yeah? I'll let you go. We'll go this way. It can be a moment from the podcast. It can be the chair that Ryan's sitting in. Shout out something. Tell us why.
Random.
John, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have a shout out?
Shout out to Albus Dumbledore.
Wow.
Severus, after all this time, always. Good part of the book. Read up.
Watch it, read it, whatever. Addie, shout out.
I'm going to shout out Audrina for
Yeah.
being here. I just had to.
Wow.
I'm just so glad that you came on the podcast today.
Thank
It's
you guys
been
for
so
having
fun.
me. It's very fun.
Have another girl here, too.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, not the only one now. I'd like to shout out the informant that Sawyer's getting all his sources from, because whoever they are, they know a lot about me.
I'm just really good at research.
That's a little frightening.
I want to shout out someone very near and dear to my heart. The Alabama Crimson Tide for making it to the first ever Final Four. Roll Tide. I got to go to the Elite Eight game. Shout out Kai Hewson for giving me his ticket. First time the Crimson Tide has ever made it to the Final Four. By the time that this episode airs, Bama will either have been knocked out by UConn, which is more likely to happen, or we will have beaten them and made it to the national championship. Either way, I'm pumped. Roll Tide. That's my shout out. Okay? Ryan, any shout outs? Behind the camera?
At the moment, nothing.
Okay, it's all right. Shout out Ryan
In his new chair.
in his new chair, in his new hat.
New guy.
New, just character development season for Ryan. Riding on boats now and new hats and just what a guy. That was it. Season 2, episode 2 of Daddy God. See you guys later.